You know, sometimes people tell me that they think I'm weird, but then again, people think a lot of things are weird. And of those things, some of them are much, much weirder than others. Some so weird to the point where the other things don't seem as weird. And then you realize you like those things for being weird. And then you realize you're kinda weird too. And then you get married. Anyway, what's up everybody? This is Ven of the TTV Podcast bringing you our top 10 weirdest mixels. Or I guess I should say weirdest looking mixels, as we'll be judging them based on their appearance. And be careful not to do this out on the street, otherwise you'll get beaten up. Kicking off our list, we have number 10, FOOTI. So that's kind of how I imagine it would talk. See, this guy is basically just a mouth on stilts. Like, whatever it is, it's got no real body. All it has to its name are these weird googly eyes, these stupid buck teeth, these huge teeth, and then these tiny arms. So tiny. FOOTI here looks like somebody asked a 2-year-old to draw his dad or something. But unfortunately, he drew that thing in chalk zone, so the thing came to life, grew some horns, and then mutated into whatever this thing is. But with all that said, FOOTI here is probably one of the most tame designs we've gotten for a mixel, as you'll see in comparison to what's coming up. At number 9, we have ROKIT, this short, green, two-legged thing. First of all, what's with these arms? It's like somebody cut off his hands and replaced them with frickin' laser beams. And look at this creepy smile with these sharp teeth, looking like they can penetrate adamantium. And let's not ignore the weird dome thing on his head. What's even in there? Is that his brain? Like, this is just so odd. And is that like fire coming out of his back? Does he have like a jetpack on? Because, well, I gotta admit, that'd be pretty cool. But we're not necessarily looking for a coolness factor here. We're looking for weird things. So let's move on to number 8. Tig. With this incredibly short stature and this long tongue to compensate. That tongue coupled with this expression on his face with a half-closed eye and his bottom teeth jutting out like that. I mean, this little guy looks incredibly creepy, and it even feels uncomfortable to say his name. Tig. Also, what is it with these things not having necks or like actual bodies? Ugh, whatever. If this thing didn't give you shivers just from looking at it at first glance, I don't really know what will. Oh wait, yes I do. Number 7. You know, it's kind of funny. It's kind of like Lego embraced the whole walking mouth thing. Because this guy is shaped like a tooth, and he has probably the most realistic looking mouth out of the rest of them. I mean, look at this. There are visible gums in there beneath the teeth. And then he has these freakish looking eyes bulging out of the sides of his head. Each one probably looking for a dentist. Or maybe it is a dentist, and each of those eyes is looking around for the next victim so you can hop inside their mouth and do some cleanup with this toothbrush arm and whatever the heck this is in the other arm. A pickaxe? Whatever. But either way, I'd probably prefer sitting next to this guy on the bus than the next one. At number 6, we have Was. Now immediately I gotta ask, was this? No, but really, what is this? A spider? Some sort of bug? Unlike the other mixels we have on this list, this one actually has 6 legs. Each one meant for creepy crawling. And of course, they didn't forget to include the traditional googly eyes. Does this thing even have a mouth? I really can't tell. I think I see some teeth on there. Yeah, there is. I'd be way more surprised if there was a mixel without a mouth. Otherwise, this little guy would be at number 1. Also, let's not dismiss this weird hook tail he has here. Probably meant for clinging onto your backpack or something when you're not looking, waiting for the moment when you're in the bathroom taking a shower so it can freak you out. If this thing were any bigger, I wouldn't be surprised to see it in a future Godzilla movie. Thankfully, it's just here, and it will remain here. And well, moving on. Number 5. Boogly. Sure, it might not be some sort of 6-legged spider thingy, but looking at this thing at first glance still raises a couple of questions. Like, for instance, are these ears or horns? Like, what the heck are these? Why does it have only one eye? Is it supposed to be some kind of cyclops hound? And why is that single eye wearing a beanie? Does it live somewhere cold? Why does it have so many sharp teeth? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know. And you know, questions aside, personally, this thing reminds me of a demon dog that's haunted my dreams ever since I was a kid. I mean, this dog would just come out of nowhere and bite my butt and kill me and all that other cruel and unusual stuff that this thing looks fully capable of doing on its own. Ugh, get it out of here. And in its place, we move on to number 4. Bulk! Just what exactly inspired this design? What is this? I mean, at least I could recognize the last two Mixels as some sort of animal, but this guy? What is going on here? He has no arms, he just has these 3 legs, these big black things, mustache things. I don't know, what is this? Could I even call it a mustache? Does it even have lips for facial hair to even exist? And then he's also got googly eyes and sharp teeth on the top row and flat teeth on the bottom row. I mean, this guy is just so unorthodox. Like, he's really weird, but he's not uncomfortably weird. Not like the next one on our list. Number 3. SNAX. Alright, I can get behind the short, small body, and I actually gotta give some credit for the existence of a neck, but I really cannot get behind this big, ugly head. What is going on here? It's like Barney married a chipmunk, and then they went and adopted some kid and raised him the wrong way. And then that kid went and drew this thing on his wall as some sort of social criticism. Like, what is in its mouth? Food? Gummy worms? Modern politics? I don't know. I don't think I even want to know. And is it just constantly eating? Is it perpetually eating this thing with its mouth open? How obnoxious is that? And how could it be eating with only 4 sharp teeth in its mouth? One of the bottom teeth shorter than the other. What's with the blue thing on his right hand? Is that just more food to stuff his face in? I mean, this is a very strange Mixel we have here. Truly puzzling. But I'm probably closer to finding the truth behind this mock than I am with the next one. At number 2, we have SNOOF. Now this one and Bulk ought to be best friends because I don't know what either of them are supposed to be. Like, this guy looks like a living sled with arms, or maybe some kind of demented sea otter. I mean, why does it only have a single eye? And for some reason it has like blue fire, blue electricity, whatever that is, coming out of its butt. What is this even supposed to be? His own personal propulsion system? Like, what, he lets out a fart and next thing you know he's traveling at 60 miles an hour? And then the sled things, like, are these legs? Are these supposed to be legs? They don't look to function like legs. They probably function as legs as well as my brain is functioning trying to figure out what the heck this thing is supposed to be. I don't even know if that sentence made sense. I'm losing my mind right now. But no, hear me out. This guy, all the other ones, all are incredibly weird in their own ways. But just wait until you see the next one. I mean, this one is a doozy. This is such an anomaly. At number 1, that's right, the number 1 weirdest looking Mixel, TUNGSTER. This Mixel's just, why does this exist? Who's the designer? I want to know who he is or she is, and I want to know what went through their head when they were designing this guy. This little guy alone combines some of the weirdest aspects of the other Mixels. Once again, we got a big mouth with limbs attached to it. Very small stubby limbs. I mean, look at these arms. They're not even arms. In fact, I don't know what to call these things. They don't look like hands either. Heck, for all I know, these are probably its ears. And these spike things are probably like ear piercings. And look at all this sharp teeth. There's like so much of it. And now look at these eyes. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? These eyes, look where they're placed. They are sitting right on top of these front teeth. The eyes of this thing are in its own mouth. And what about those wings on the top of its head? Are those actually supposed to be wings? I mean, why does it need wings? Is it flying around giving everybody a wet willy with its long freaking tongue? I mean, honestly, this tongue really takes the cake. And I do mean that figuratively, but I'm sure it could probably do that literally as well. But yeah, no, let's go through the list again. The googly eyes, check. Sharp teeth, check. Big freaking mouth, check. Weird looking limbs, check. Odd features on its head, check. Questionably enormous tongue, check. This single Mixel has everything weird about the Mixels line, and that is why we feel that it takes the number 1 spot on our top 10 weirdest Mixels. But that's just our thoughts. What are yours? Post your own thoughts and top 10 Mixel lists in the comments below, or join us on our message boards at board.ttvchannel.com. That's it for now. So thank you all for watching. I'm Ben, and I'll see you all next time.